Good morning. It's Christmas Day.
It's Merry Christmas. What are you talking about? Why aren't you happy? Grandma got run over by a reindeer last night. Did you know that? Seriously, I did that song before. It was, how bad was it? It's pretty bad, wasn't it? This is the old geezer network here. I thought maybe this might be my last Christmas, folks, so I'd kind of like to say hi to all my stepkids that I haven't seen, and I probably wouldn't recognize them if they walked up and hit me. So she's only here under duress, and but the nice thing about it is I can spend the rest of my day by myself. But you, on the other hand, have to go out and meet your family.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that true?
Yes.
And I noticed that you're really smiling about that too, aren't you?
Oh, I'll rally around.
The flag?
Mm-hmm. Well, go ahead. It's your geezer network.
Well, am I allowed to doze off on the geezer network or something like that? Can I just... Oh, hi folks. Good to see you again. I just want to say hi to all my ex-stepkids from like 40 years ago. Let's see, starting off, two of them that I supposedly had and didn't have. And then we got, hi Chris, how are you? Thanks for the memo. Alex, your picture looks great. And Mark, hopefully you're employed. Danny, you made a great father. You make a great father. You've been a wonderful guy. Georgia, keep those kids coming. And Sue, I hope you made it around the world in that bus. Oh, was it a ship? What was it? She was supposed to go around now. And Steve, good to see you. I wonder if you're still out in San Francisco. And Jane, if she's still with us. I hope you've survived. And Richie, still keep those kids coming, Rich. And then the last one was, well, let's see, who was Prize Tricks on that one? That was Margaret. Keep those kids coming, Margaret. Claire, I hope that someday you'll get married, for real. And then there's, hi Christine, how are you, sweetie? Good to see you. Hi Karen, why don't you do me a favor sometime? Contact me. I'd like to see you. How you doing? You know, come over to Phoenix. Now see, that wasn't hard, that was it, you know. And it wasn't complicated. Now you can do all the same thing to your family.
Oh, no. No, I'm just kind of...
I like my family.
No,
but you, on the other hand...
Oh, just don't tell me what I do. I'm not feeling up to par. That's why I'm not saying anything.
But you just said you felt better now that you ate something.
Well, I feel a little better, but I'm still not up to par.
Well, don't you want me to put the Yule log on so we can have a little Christmas music in the background?
I'm just trying to get regrouped so I can go out to the Christmas dinner. But I didn't feel too well.
This is one of those Italian Christmas dinners where they give you...
Yeah, they're going to have an Italian dinner.
Stuff a turkey with meatballs and lasagna and stuff like that.
No, not stuff a turkey, but they're going to have spaghetti and a spaghetti dinner. Italian. It's very good, so hope I'm able to eat some. So I'm waiting for that, and
well, it is
I
9
don't
o'clock
have
in the
too
morning.
much to say. I just don't really have too much.
Well, don't you want to tell them about how your sister's here from San Francisco?
Yeah, well,
And all the good stuff.
I will wait until I'm feeling a little bit more together. I just woke up, I just didn't feel quite right for a couple of days, so now I found some malto meal to cook the cereal, and I think that'll make me feel better. So I'm sorry, I'm just not up to par.
If you ever played golf, then how do you know what the hell par means anyway?
Well, up
I don't
to,
understand that. What? And you've got your whole day to get involved with people that you may
well, I'm not gonna get involved,
you know there's gonna be a fight.
No, there won't be a
there's gonna
fight
be
at
a
all.
fight.
No,
Yes,
there won't
is.
be.
There'll be an argument.
You don't know anything about it. On Christmas, everybody behaves very well. There will be no fighting, so don't anticipate.
Well, I thought that's what.
No.
I thought that was the whole
Don't,
idea.
hey,
the idea of
just
getting
leave
together
my
for
family alone
Christmas.
and you say your thing, because you don't know anything very much about my family except what you heard, but you haven't interacted with them that much.
Well, that's true. They don't like me. I mean, I'm not a very likable guy, you know. Just not very likable.
Well, it's your
Abrasive personality,
you don't seem to have that, but in person you kind of do.
intellectual superiority,
For example, we went to a karaoke
physical
here at the Westford Ho, and I was trying to film it, and he came in, and he walked around and didn't pay any attention to the other singers.
Well, first of all,
Well, they weren't singing very well, but then
I hate to be the one to tell you,
karaoke, nobody
you go to
sings very
karaoke,
well.
there's nobody
they sound
there
like they hadn't sang for a year either.
that
but,
they can sing because
and he walks around and doesn't give them the time of day. And this is what causes
nobody
people
asked me what time it was. I didn't have a
this
watch
is what
on.
causes
I had no
people to be
watches on.
disturbed at your personality.
Oh, I see.
Of not being polite,
The fact
not
that
being,
we live in a
you know, I was there filming, I was being so polite, keeping quiet, concentrating on each singer.
yeah, but your problem was you got out of the way of the speakers. So
Yeah, I got the
speakers are over
microphone right
here,
in front.
and so she's
Well,
over
it
here
was
going,
either
I
that
can't hear that. I
or
can't hear
concentrate
that.
on their backs, so
you
I
should
thought
have just.
that-
Why didn't you just stay where you were?
well, because that was filming their backs. And I didn't think people would want to see their backs.
They don't want to see their fronts.
But anyway,
either.
you know, I was very polite while I was down there, and I listened to all the singers, and he just walked around, obviously not listening, not paying any attention.
I was
And
listening.
he goes in and out. See, this is the kind of behavior that my family just doesn't, you know. They're very polite, and when they come into somebody who's not polite, see, he's not polite.
I know, that's true.
And then I take him to task and say, but I try to pretend like I'm not even with him, you know, I don't take any
You've been
responsibility.
pretending that for 6 years now, and guarantee you.
I hope that
Nobody wants you
nobody
to be
connected
seen
him
with
and
me.
me because he was walking around.
Even the people that I know don't want me to be seen with you, so there you are. It's
He
kind
was
of
walking around
straight
being,
up.
I would call very rude, and
I wasn't rude at all. I was looking at the Hammond Organ.
I've
I've never
never
seen it before.
Yeah, he was looking at the Hammond Organ right while someone was singing. I know they were singing badly, but did you have to go examine the Hammond Organ? Right? And I was filming them, and I got him in there looking at the Hammond Organ, not even paying any attention to. See, when people sing, even if they sing badly, they want people to be glued to them, listening to them, polite to them, and
I did not.
I
know
have,
that.
you.
I didn't.
I have
know
never
that.
seen him come into company and be polite. He is
He's always
always
been
on the
polite.
verge of saying something to them that will
The most
make them
polite thing
very
you can
angry.
do is not come into the company. You know,
Then they
that was-
start telling me he shouldn't even be allowed to come in here. They've told me that before, and I said, oh, well, he'll probably leave pretty soon. We won't even see. And he did. After his song, he just left. We never saw him anymore.
Well, what did you want me to see? I mean, what else? I wasn't going to do another song, you know.
No,
Let's
he
face
came,
it, if
sang his song,
If
left.
somebody goes on stage, you know, well, let's see, he's going to go sit in the audience now. Yeah, right, I'm going to go sit in the audience.
He's not going to go sit in an audience and listen to anybody else because they're all. See, he has lost the ability to be polite, attentive to his fellow people that are in his world.
Wait a minute
He
now.
tends to act like these people. I don't even recognize them.
65.
They're not in
65%
on my level.
65% of these people are in here on the nut check, folks. I'm in here on darn old Social Security.
Oh,
They're
Social
on a nut
Security.
check.
Well, right away. Well, see, we've got him.
So I don't relate to them all that well.
No,
You, on the other
don't
hand,
relate. He does not relate to people.
you love that?
He doesn't relate to people, and I don't even know what I'm doing.
$75 for that, folks.
You don't know what it costs, and you're not going to find out. But he doesn't relate to people well.
I relate to people very well. I don't relate to the people that live in this
He was
place.
probably this way, even as a child. He was probably a very superior child that felt that he was a cut above the other people.
Yeah, it was,
And he continued on his
was.
whole life.
I know, I was.
Well, I was a smart child, but I was still polite and nice to people who were not as smart as I was.
Well,
Couldn't read as
You had
well.
to be because your mother told you if you didn't shape up, she's going to slap the crap out of you, right?
Well, I was always had manners and always listened
Yeah,
to
that's right.
other people.
Lived
And I
under fear
tried
of
to
being slapped.
treat people, because you know, if people are can't do something as well as you, like they can't read as well, or they tend to just hate your guts if you go around looking down on them. And, oh.
I never looked down on
I mean,
them.
this is class war. I mean, the war between the smarter kid, the dumber kid. The dumber kid, doesn't want to be treated rude. You know, you can have kids. I mean, you can have a smart kid, and well, my mother, she had all kinds of kids, and they were with varying degrees of smartness.
Wait a second now. Unless I'm mistaken, you only had 5 that survived, right? They were all girls, so that's not all kinds of kids.
Well, what happened to me is I started off as a very smart, bright child, but by 20 years
what
old,
did happen to you?
I was disabled. So that meant no matter how bright I wasn't going to be able to work very hard, because I had, the symptoms of chronic fatigue. At 20, I started at 11 years old. I first had a siege of it. And so, it leveled out. Like my next sister, who didn't read as fast as I did and wasn't considered quite as smart in school, she went past me because she was able to go to work and I wasn't. I mean, I could work, but usually at a job that wasn't stressful at all. And
Well, didn't you tell me
after about 6 months or so, I'd have to stop and rest.
Didn't you tell me your dad made you go out and break broncos, you know, and he
And no, I didn't
make you
break broncos. But,
break ponies?
Yeah,
Ponies,
no.
was it? Or
but
what?
I used to ride with my dad quite a lot because my sister had asthma. She was considered the one who was impaired because she had horrible asthma attacks. But as it turned
You can
out,
fake
she
asthma
was stronger
attacks.
than I was with what I developed. So
You
it all evens out.
You
I
can
mean,
fake asthma attacks.
I was supposed to, be very bright and promising, and wasn't able to do a damn thing that counts in this world. So,
Yeah, but you're
didn't,
getting all those extra points for
while my
after you
sister went
die.
ahead and had a career in nursing, and no. So, you never know what's going to happen. Now, here he is. He was considered a very bright child, high IQ and so on, but look what happened to him. He became a
Well, listen, here's what I'm
I think I'd
trying,
have to
here's the
whisper
point
this.
I'm trying to make. Is I was worked to death as a kid. I mean, I had a job when I was 12 years old, you know, and 14, 15. I worked a lot.
Oh,
Because I didn't know I was better or smarter than anybody else. I just figured everybody else.
Oh yeah, you
everybody
believe
else
if you
can do
believe
what
that,
I
you
can
believe
do, right?
anything. He knew very well he was smart.
Well, no.
He knew.
Well, then how come I didn't figure out chronic fatigue syndrome and asthma? I can't do this, Mom. I can't do this.
Well, you got something just as good. You got this.
Listen, I didn't
This
start.
guy is addicted.
I did not start drinking
Addicted
beer
to
until I
this.
was at least 12. Okay.
Okay, 12. So he became addicted, and he acts like, you know, a typical alcoholic. Chronic.
Wait a minute. I
chronic-
don't act like a typical alcoholic.
Oh yes, you do.
You told me I was
there's a
not
lot,
typical alcoholic.
you know, and this is one reason why he doesn't mix and mingle with my family, because the habits of a chronic alcoholic, they just can't take, you know, that lack of concentration on anybody but what they're doing. And, you know, it's kind of embarrassing when he came in there and was so rude to all the other people.
One
But
time.
he's always that
One
way.
time.
Always. Every time he comes to a public gathering down here, he
Oh,
manages to antagonize everybody in there because he does not pay any
Well, how
attention
come-
to
How come
them.
these people were smiling, laughing, and
Well,
applauding?
they were applauding at you. See, he performed, and but he considered his performance way above their performance.
No, I didn't. I considered it to be funny.
Yeah.
If you're singing,
Well,
folks, if you're singing
obviously-
karaoke and you can sing, you don't sing karaoke.
Well, but it wasn't that much better than anybody else's. No, they were trying just as hard, and if you enter into it, now this is what I believe in doing. I believe in entering into whatever's going on, support the people. If you're going to karaoke, support the karaoke singers, and it'll help them. It'll help them to sing better if you're listening to them and you're applauding them and paying attention to them. To me, the biggest sin you can commit is to pay no attention to the other people. Just get up there and perform yourself like, I'm the only one that's worth listening to in here. Well, that's what you're saying when you don't listen to them.
I heard them.
Oh, he heard them and he said, Well, the difference between him, if they didn't sing very well, I would still go ahead and be polite to them, listen
now,
to
wait a
them,
minute.
encourage them.
Yes, but the problem, as I perceive it to be, and I hate to say that over and over again, karaoke does not lend itself to someone who knows how to sing. It's someone who wants to sing but doesn't know how to sing, and it's like somebody that would... Now see, the thing that really irritates me the most about you is that we were going to do karaoke for Christmas, right? And we did that one, I don't know if you folks ever saw that, but see it, you'll love it.
No.
It's never going to do it again, Mary Cokie. And she said, well, I can't sing. Well, sweetie, I knew that when you first did karaoke.
Yeah, but he,
But that's the point of
when we
doing
were down to
karaoke.
this public one, it was embarrassing to me to have him walk over and examine the Hammond organ right in the middle of her number. I don't care how. That is rude. That is very rude.
Well, wait a minute.
If you were
In the event, now wait a
if
second.
you were a
In the
child, you would say, "Sit down
In the event,
and pay attention."
in the event the Hammond organ would have been on stage 3 feet from her, 3 feet from her, and I get up on stage with her and I'm examining the Hammond organ.
While the other person is singing.
This is 30 feet away.
Oh, no, it wasn't that far. Well, it was very, very
All right, 20,
distracting.
22 feet.
Don't you think all the other people noticed you? But see, he's oblivious. He's enough under the influence that he pays no attention to the fact that he's being very rude.
I'm not on stage.
this-
This stage is
Yeah,
20
but you're
feet
supposed
away.
to be paying attention to the person on stage. The person on stage, and you're not supposed to be doing anything to distract.
I did not know that.
You do know that. But
No,
you
I
dream,
didn't.
that's a rule that you purposely break. You are
No,
not polite.
How many
to people.
times have we gone to a movie and our, let's say your son and I actually said, I can't take this, I just get up and leave.
Yeah, well, he'll either get up and leave. He can't concentrate on what anybody else is saying or doing. He'll get up and leave, or he'll say something
if it's not
to
very good,
him
I'm not going to sit there.
that's not very good. Well, you're not that much better. You haven't practiced singing for a whole year. I mean, he basically was more talented, but
Practice.
he's not that much better than not to be polite. But see, he can't be a part of a group and be polite. He's got to call attention to himself, act like he's superior. I'm a singer.
Myself.
You guys aren't even worth listening to. I'll get over here and examine. He drives me nuts. So I sit there looking at him doing it. Every time he does something like that, I think, well, can't take him out in polite company. I'll have to keep him on a leash at home because he can't go out among people, or he'll make them mad.
By the way, I do appreciate that new dog collar you got for me. But it's a little tight around my neck, so that choke collar was a little choke collar, didn't it? That hurt, but you grabbed me.
And here I am, filming the person who's singing, pretending like I don't know that guy over there, examining the organ. You were supposed to sit down in the audience, pay attention to the singer.
I'm not on stage.
You did not. The audience has an obligation to support and listen to each other.
Haven't you ever heard
You expect them to listen to you. If you don't listen to them, be polite to them, give them their opportunity. See, he just doesn't understand that. This has gone out of his...
Well, haven't you ever been to theater where everybody's involved in it?
Yeah, but we weren't involved. This was something where we were... Each person gets up and does their thing, and then the other people supposed to be supporting.
What if their thing is so bad that you just want to get up and leave?
That's what he always says. What anybody else does is so bad that he's going to be rude. He's going to pay no attention to it. He's going to get up and leave. And he does the same thing no matter what kind of gathering he's in. He can't tolerate it. It's bad, and so he'll get up and leave. If you take him to a movie, he'll do that. Or take him to a play, he'll get up and leave. See, so he just has to stay in this little world here, where he can control everything, and he doesn't have to pay attention to anybody else. So I'm going to go over to my family gathering, because he's not capable of being in a family gathering.
Well, I quite frankly, I've never, I'm from Germans, and we don't do spaghetti and meatballs on Christmas Day, We do crazy things like ham and roast beef and turkeys, but now...
They're Italian, there's Italians, so they're doing...
Well, I said he just stuffed the turkey with some meatballs and put a little spaghetti sauce in there,
Well, I think this is long enough, my goodness sake. All right.
Does this mean I'm not going to get any plate?
I don't know.
That's what I'm afraid of.
If she gives me a little bit, I might.
I think I just blew my
This is for his
Christmas Italian
geezer.
dinner, right?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, there you go.
Right there.
Shot to hell again.